John F. Kennedy. Ask Not, which is the title of our song, was written by James Swearingen to be a musical reflection on the life and times of President John F. Kennedy. It is a small glimpse of his early life, excerpts from famous presidential speeches, and a rare opportunity to reflect back through our own imaginations on the tragic events of November 22nd, 1963. The YSMS Middle School Band would like to welcome to the stage whom we affectionately call the boys, 8th grader Stephen Burchett.
Etched on a granite wall, the great Wellington National Cemetery, one degree of And so, my fellow Americans, ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. My fellow citizens of the world, ask not what America can do for you, but what together we can do for the freedom of man. Jack is his second child, Joseph was together as parents of his country. He attended Harvard University, where he graduated with honors. He risked his life to save his country. So his country shaped his thoughts and his freedom. Wishes as well as they shall pay any price, bear any burden, any hardship, support any friend, oppose any foe, to ensure survival and success. Let the word go forward, time and place, the burden for life, and the fortune of the past, the future generations of Americans. JFK was the youngest man elected to the office of president. He was the first Boy Scout to become president. John Kennedy was the first Roman Catholic president. He was the first president that served in the Navy and the first to have earned a Purple Heart. The main challenge of his term in office were conflicts with Cuba, Russia, Vietnam, the Mafia, and concerns regarding civil rights. Here are the words of newly elected President Kennedy as he prepared to face the uncertainty of what would surely become his lasting legacy. In the long history of the world, only a few generations have been granted the role of defending freedom in its hour of maximum danger. I do not shrink from this responsibility. I welcome it. President Kennedy was a hard supporter of the civil rights movement. He, along with young activists like Luther King, were long embarked on bringing about positive change. On June 11, 1963, In the fall of 1963, President Kennedy turned his attention to his re-election campaign and decided that a trip to visit the South was long overdue. With First Lady Jacqueline by his side, he embarked on a 2-day trip that would take him to 5 major cities in the heartland of Texas. On the morning of November 22nd, 1963, a motorcade of political dignitaries traveled along a 10-mile route that wound through downtown Dallas. Since the earlier rain had stopped, the plastic bubble on top of the presidential limousine was removed. Overflow crowds of excited people lined the streets and waved frankly to the Kennedys. At approximately 12:30 p.m., the car turned off Main Street. As it was passing the Texas School Book Depository, gunfire suddenly rang out in the plaza. Let us reflect on the events of that day and remember that life, as as we knew it, was about to be changed. Causing him to slump over toward Mrs. Kennedy. The limousine sped up to Parkland Memorial Hospital, located just a few minutes away. However, doctors could do little to save them. A Catholic priest was summoned to administer the last rites, and at 1 p.m., John F. Kennedy, the 35th President of the United States, was pronounced dead. For 4 days, the world stood still while people from all walks of life mourned the loss of their beloved JFK. November 25th, he was laid to rest. As people struggled to make sense of the senseless act and to articulate their feelings about his life and legacy, many recalled these words from his inaugural address. With good conscience and unsure of the Lord, with history and the final judge for deeds, let us go forth to lead the land we love, asking for his blessing and his help, for knowing that here on earth, God's work must surely be on earth.